What do you feel about this? Are you a little bit nostalgic about this epoch of Star Wars?
What does it feel to be part of Star Wars? For me, it's a very strange phenomenon because unlike every audience member who's ever been to see Star Wars, they're seeing it like a story. I'm seeing it as a job I did with all sorts of different things happening in it. There's a camera there, there's the sound guy down here, there's a special effects person about to blow me up from back there, whatever. So unlike anybody else in the world, but like everybody who worked on the films, I have a different experience, and I never had that wham when the film first came on the screen. And in a way, that's kind of disappointing. In a way, it makes it hard for me to understand what everybody is on about. You know, yeah, we made that in 1977 or 1980 or something, whatever. I wasn't allowed, by circumstances, to have the same sense of thrill. However, I was allowed to be in all 6 movies, so that kind of makes up for it. So to come here to Essen for a Star Wars celebration, and we've done celebrations across America and in Japan, and I think this is the first one we've done in Central Europe, so this is very exciting because people are coming from all parts of Europe and indeed from around the world, but mainly Europe. And so this is Eurocentric, and it's fine. And 3PO, of course, is very happy because he can understand all the languages that people speak. But it is a place where people can come and share that thrill that they had when they first saw the big ship come over the top.
Before you played the C-3PO in Star Wars, you've been a stage actor and a voice actor. Though Star Wars is probably what you've been associated with from that very day, and I don't know, maybe forever.
Oh, yeah.
Is it a curse or a blessing?
It's an interesting question because it is sort of a bit of both. And we were talking earlier how Sir Alec Guinness was slightly troubled by the fact that towards the end of his life, he became known as this cuddly old man in a long brown frock. And we all know the sort of work he did before that and subsequently. And in a way, not in any sense putting myself in the same bracket as him, other than to say there is no way that I ever thought a career as an actor, a job as an actor that I wanted to do, and I was 24 when I took myself to drama school because I needed to act. I didn't need to be rich, famous, whatever. I just needed to act. Can't explain why. There must be people out there who feel the same. If you have a yearning, it's there. You can't help it. But there's no way I ever thought this was going to happen. And this has almost happened in spite of me because I didn't want the job, George didn't want my voice. I nearly didn't do episode 5 because the first one was really difficult and I didn't feel like going through that again. And something has carried me along with him all the way. And now, to be honest, I think I'm not dedicating, but I'm giving a lot of my working life, and I don't kind of want to work all the time, a lot of my working life to him, whether it's being at some wonderfully organized event by Lucasfilm here, or whether it's being in Clone Wars, or whether it's doing the Star Wars in concert, or whether it's doing the Lego cartoon series, which really I love, or whether it's working with Disney on Star Tours, which we upgraded in America a couple of years ago. He carries me along, and I think that is so unlike Sir Alec, and I like to think that if he had lived longer, he might have come round to saying, well, it's not what I meant, but it's very nice, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, yes.
You're a real Star Wars icon. You have not only been in the 6 movies, but also in the dreadful holiday special, and the Clone Wars, and the did I? I didn't say sequel at least. And you've been in the Clone Wars and the Droids series, and whatnot. So
your ankles disappear if you say the sequel.
Oh my God! I said nothing. No.
Go on.
There must have been one day in your life when you really have been fed up with Star Wars, hasn't it?
What do you mean, one day? There's been acres of my life where I've been fed up with Star Wars. Acres and acres and acres and acres, yes. Often, you know, it's not much fun being inside here. It's the only way you can do it. But so many days of my life were like, oh, please, please, please get your lines right on this take. Please, I don't want to stay here anymore. Thank you. Yes, lots of days like that. There are it does, because it takes energy to create a character. And for any actor, whatever the character is, particularly with him, because he's very tense and uptight. So it is a real girding and becoming very, very tense. Now, technically, that becomes very wearing, no matter how many relaxation exercises you know, you learn as an actor to do all this stuff, which makes you look really stupid. But actually, if you didn't, you'd end up like that, you see. Oh, sorry.
One last question. A rock star has an audience reaction every night. Now, at the celebration, you don't only get to meet the band, but also the fans.
It's one reason to come here, that, and it's difficult because you're not looking for. You're not grabbing for attention. Yes, you're not looking for attention. You're looking for a correspondence, if you will, so that in a film there is actually no correspondence with the actors. You're sitting watching light bouncing off a screen. That's it. Or if it's digital light emitting from a screen. The actors are not behind doing all the things. So there is no intellectual, actual relationship at all. In a place like this, you can actually have an eye-to-eye contact. I will not be dressed up as 3PO, but I will be, as it were, the spirit of him, dressed in a rather more lightweight costume. And that's why it's good to have these events. And it's good that people feel they want to come from around the world to them. And it's good that Lucasfilm bring all these properties together, not in their own backyard. We're a long, long way from California.